Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bro Sanchez speaking. What you're looking at in front of you is a collage, and I'm about to explain to you the significance of this in a minute. You must realize that everything that's done is for a reason. Nothing is new under the sun, and most of everything we do originate from the ancients. A lot of people is anti-ancient world, but what they don't realize is history does repeat itself, and that since nothing is new under the sun, we can only find the greatness of ourselves over and over again. That's why most of us often look toward history to redefine ourselves and find that greatness. To make a long story short, this famous pose that we all are familiar with, that Lil' Kim and Beyoncé and even Nicki Minaj all have done, you must realize that these three women possess the same energy. All of these women had their time and their shine, and all of them were pioneers in what they did, and they all had something in common, that they had this strong feminine energy. And even Beyoncé and Lil' Kim associated themselves with the queen bee, because as I told you in previous videos, this all goes back to ancient matriarch cosmology, flat earth cosmology. And on another level, when we look at this pose that's done by these celebrities, what we're looking at is the ancient way of birth. This is very, very important, brothers and sisters, because the way we give birth today with the woman laying on her back has a lot to do with a lot of birth defects we have, and a lot to do with what we call the de-evolution of the human. And a lot of people say we only use one side of our brain. I'm not going to get into this subject in this video, but there's something called phrenology, and I want you guys to research phrenology for yourselves. There's links in the description. It's important that you give birth the proper way, and this is another reason why we got to get back to the ancient way, because what they're doing to us today is actually going against our health and going against our well-being. So when you see the celebrities stoop down like this, that's just the ancient way that our ancestors gave birth, and they wouldn't do it any other way. And as we get into this video, I'm gonna show y'all why this is so important, especially for women. So as you can see on the top left corner, we got Cesarean squatting, and this is a picture from the Philippines. This woman is named Cesarean. You can do your research on her, and this is in the Alakdang of Sagada, and this shows you the ancient way of birth. And as you can see, her vagina makes this football shape, and that's what I keep showing y'all with the cosmic eye. Her body actually forms a macabre, or the Masonic square and compass, when she's in this proper birthing position. So this is the way women is really supposed to be giving birth. And if you look at these pictures that's outlined in the red, you can see this is where your concept of the rapture come from. I won't get into that in this video. I just got into it in the previous videos, so you can check those out if you want to get into that. This is strictly on this position because this is a very divine position of ancient birth. And as you can see in the bottom left corner outlined in white, the woman that's holding a fishing net. This is a very common, comfortable position that a lot of the villagers use, and even in Asia on the rice fields, they can squat down for hours upon hours in this position. And not only that, if you're looking at this picture in front of you, it even show you that studies even prove that if you squat in this position 300 times a day, women, you are going to give birth quicker. All right, so you can get in the description links and you can see why this is so divine. Let's go over this collage some more, then we're going to flip over some more ancient pictures, because what you're looking at, all of the pictures that's outlined in purple are women that's on an ancient birth stool. That birth stool was made to support this actual position. You can see even on the bottom right in the corner over there outlined in blue, this is a statue that's I believe in Greece. It's an ancient statue of a woman giving birth. This is a very divine position, ladies and gentlemen. This position is so divine that it's actually the macabre itself, and I'll be showing you that in a minute. So our ancestors did everything as above, so below. You can see outlined in red above, this became the saint's anchor. This is your mother goddess symbol. This is an ancient Aztec mother goddess that you see outlined in red on the far right. The teddy bear actually represents the child, and everybody revered this position. You can see in the middle where this alien raptors was used in the movie Alien. In Western philosophy today, they desecrate the matriarch system, and so they do desecrate this position on the subconscious, as well as in the hospitals they make women give birth on their backs, which is another leading reason for the C-section today. And I'll be doing future videos on the C-section because there's a lot of metaphysics to that, a lot of symbolism into that, as well as the physical defects and the health problems that it causes on the baby and the mother. Okay, so C-sections are very detrimental. The skull, when it leaves the womb, it is not fully hardened yet like our skulls are. It's still in a soft form. So as it travels down the canal of the womb, it's actually being shaped by the womb. So this position of the woman squatting was very important to our ancestors because it played a key role in how the baby would eventually grow up and evolve and determine its health and everything. So this is very important. Again, research phrenology, and you can see the parts of our brain that are formed during this stage and how this science works. So as you can see outlined in green to the left of little Kim, this woman is in a yoga position because, again, this is a very healthy position for women to practice, not only at giving birth, but day to day. And you can get in the description links, women, to get more information on that because there's a lot of benefits with this. We can see that the celebrities ain't doing nothing that's original. You look at Beyoncé and you say, hey, she's copying little Kim. And you look at Nicki Minaj and you say, hey, she's copying Beyoncé and little Kim. They all copying little Kim. She did it first. Well, you're all wrong. Little Kim didn't do it first. This is an ancient position. Again, I'm pointing out to y'all every video how the ancient sciences are being corrupted today. So since these women that's doing this pose in front of you do not promote pregnancy because most of them teach, single women, and y'all know the rhetoric that's in the music today. The abortion clinics are overcrowded. There's a huge abortion rate, and even the way we give birth today, there's a lot of defects, and that's just an attack on the feminine. There's an attack on the life creation process. There's an attack on nature, okay? And we're a part of nature. We've even been made to look at nature in a strange way. So when you look at this ancient science being corrupted today in modern philosophy, it's a no-brainer, just as everything else I've been showing you in previous videos. I do this with a passion because what I'm showing you is so simple, but they make this stuff so deep and they create these conscious communities with spookism. And this symbolism I'm showing before you is very simple. It's ancient birth. And this is what we need to be doing today so that our babies can be healthy, because like I said, when you give birth this ancient way, it helps the baby out in the development of the skull. So this goes back to the rapture. It's nothing spooky like the religions of today have made it. So this collage right here is very powerful. It says a lot, but we got to move on to the next one. And in this collage, at the top, this is just ancient depictions of this same science, this same birthing practice. And before I close this video out, I'm really going to blow your mind with some modern facts and show y'all how they're actually using this ancient position. But most of your celebrities are using this position. They're not telling normal people. They got us going to the hospital. They got our women having C-sections and giving birth the wrong way to empower their medical industry so they can keep giving our babies these drugs. It's more money when they cut the baby out and have the C-section. It's a big industry, people, and it's all at our expense. So the celebrity kids, their parents know this stuff. Like I said, Nicki Minaj and all of your celebrities doing this same ancient pose that you see on this collage in front of you. Now the two at the top, starting from the one on the far right in the corner, that's indigenous art of this same birthing position. And to the left of that, of course, that's ancient Kemet, and you can see the goddess on the birthing stool. So for those Kemetic people, this is very important science that we want to spread to our brothers and sisters in the Black conscious community, as well as all races and all people. We need to get back to the ancient practices, because modern medical practices is the reason why these medical industries thrive off of disease and everything at our expense. So below that, just some more ancient Kemet art that we see carved in the wall. Our ancestors must really revere this position if they took the time to carve it in the wall and put it on this art. You can even see below the indigenous art the ancient Greeks with their depictions. So not only did they give birth in the same position, but they also revered the position because they have it in their art as well. So below this in the bottom left, we can see more ancient Kemet depictions of the same thing, where you can see the baby coming out from this squatting position. And below that one, what I have in this little collage with the three Kemetic deities, you can see this this same science showing you the process of birth. But in the middle, the image in the middle, I have the symbol circled in red there because that's actually your conunga. It goes back to your 2-3s, which is your double trident. And I won't get into that in this video because I will be repeating myself. So go back and look at all of this ancient matriarch cosmology that I've been going over. So that is your 6 points, which is again your 6-pointed star, as above, so below. This birthing position is the same way the macabre is made and the same way the cosmic egg is made. So we can't escape this because what you're looking at in the top right corner with the indigenous art is actually a form of the conunga. So everything the ancients did was in one rhythm, was in one pattern. This pattern is what I keep trying to reveal on this video because you can find it in everything, especially the mythology, and most of your religious beliefs have been transformed to spookism when really it's one code of creation, and that code is being revealed on this channel. So last but not least, in the bottom right corner, I have highlighted in this red box, you can see the mother giving birth in this position, but on the bottom position, I have outlined there a 6-pointed star showing you what I mean when I say her body actually forms the 6-pointed star in this position. If you look at the position when she gives birth, if you look at the mother's head as opposed to the baby's head when it's coming out, that's as above, so below. The way the baby head and the mother's head is facing one another. The baby almost comes out looking her in the eye. So it's like she's the first thing that the baby see, not a doctor and a whole bunch of medical people and equipment and being smacked on the butt. This is not the natural way. And this has a lot to do with a lot of the mental disorders we see in our kids and a lot of the health disorders we see. So people, this stuff is really deep. The world is so corrupted, it's ruled by evil people. And the only thing that can free us is knowledge. And that's what I'm giving on this channel. There's a lot of people that say what I do is not important. They can't see the significance in the simple lessons and how applicable this simple science and ancient knowledge is. Okay, this is the truth that can set us free, brothers and sisters, and it's very simple. It's nothing that's based in spookism and centered around fear markets, all right? So I just wanted to just let y'all see this very profound revelation that I stumbled across when I was going over the 666 and the rapture in my search to make sense out of all of this, because in my heart I truly believe the nature of the creator isn't what we are being told in none of our religions, and especially in the sciences and everything of today's modern world. So in my attempt to eliminate the spookism and get us back on solid ground and get us back in a place of love so that knowledge can empower us, I stumble across a lot of divine revelations, and these revelations are supported on ancient truth. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I hope this video gets shared, especially if you know women that's pregnant, because this position of pregnancy is being practiced today by your celebrities and people of importance, but they want to keep us feeding the medical industries. Brothers, if you listen to me, share this information. This is very applicable information that comes from our ancient ancestors, and I will continue to share the divine information of the ancestors as we move on this channel. So I thank you all once again for tuning in. Stay tuned for more good information. Peace and much love.